Hello everyone, I'm Lexi, and in celebration of the new Gotham Knights game coming out soon, correction, actually 1 year or more, ugh, long lice, I'm trying one of my friend's favorite Gotham characters, Jason Todd, or the second Robin from the Batman comics. So you all probably know the routine if you've been watching me for the last little bit. I start with line art, I then go to color, shading, and lastly, highlights. So I actually did a lot of different stuff for this video, so it might be a little longer than normal, and I apologize for that. But I still hope you enjoy the speed paint. So I didn't really know how to do Jason's hair, but because he is risen from the dead, I'll explain later, and kinda a bad boy, so to speak, I figured his hair would be unruly, but not curly. And I think I got it. So I duplicated his face because I wanted his jawlines to match up and stuff, but it took me a few tries to get it right, and it's fine now. Yay! Speaking of Jason being risen from the dead, no, he is not a zombie. I'm using knowledge from the movie Under the Red Hood. So here's my spoiler warning, if you have not seen that movie and want to watch it. After Dick, the first Robin, became his own superhero-type thingy, Nightwing, Jason was found by Batman, and Bruce took Jason under his wing, so to speak, thus making Jason the second Robin. However, his time as Robin was cut short when the Joker killed him. Bruce tried to get there to save Jason, but by the time he got to where Jason was, he was too late. The building was in ruins because of the bomb that was in there. There were no survivors. And Jason, the first Red Robin, was dead. After his funeral, Ra's al Ghul dug him up and resurrected him in the Lazarus pits. Jason lived again, however, the crime in Gotham wasn't any better, so Jason changed into something else, an anti-hero, some might say. He became the Red Hood. So, question, have any of you seen the Gotham Knights trailer? It looks so good. Bruce is dead in the game, and you have to stop crime in his stead. And you get to choose to play 4 different characters. Jason as the Red Hood, Dick as Nightwing, Tim, the third Robin, as Robin, and Barbara as Batgirl. I'm planning on drawing every Robin and Batgirl-like characters, so please tell me who you want to see next. boots look like crap, and for that, I'm sorry. I didn't really know what to do, so I was like, this is fine. Art is a lot harder than you think. You would think I would know that after drawing, like, what, 10 pictures? At least, and posting them here. Been doing art for like 3 years. And now we're on the color. I had a picture of Jason from the comics up in the top right hand corner of the picture, and I tried using colors from that, like the skin tone, but I saw it as too dark and I didn't want to offend anyone, so I took a color that had a more orange undertone and turned the opacity of it to like 70 to 50%. And I think it looks pretty okay. It still looks a little dark in my opinion, seeing it on my laptop, but the other dark colors in the clothes, mask, hair, etc. help tone it down, I think. So this is something you might see a lot in this drawing, and digital artists will know this pain. During this project, I sometimes colored in the wrong layer. Hold for oofs. Thank God, like, I noticed before I got too into it. I was like, oh crap, wrong layer, and then quickly undid everything and went to a different layer. But some people are not so lucky. So now let us hold a moment of silence for all the digital artists' souls lost over tragedies like this. So here I clearly make everything that's supposed to be black just a dark gray, when if I wanted to go for a comic book type look, I should have gone dark blue, but again, I still think I did an okay job with it, and it looks like the character, Jason. I actually used different shades of dark gray throughout the entire piece, places like the gloves, pants, etc. So, in the picture from the comics, I saw he wears a t-shirt sweater thingy, but in the movies and fan art I've seen he wears a jacket, sometimes with the sleeves rolled up, and I really like that look a lot better, so I chose to do the jacket and a mix of the sweater. I also like the brown in it. I feel like it helps add some variety from the grays and darker grays.
maraschino cherries. Made her run. No one had a run like Grimes. No one.
Je veux que tu saches.
Réponds, dis-moi que ça va.
And now we're on the hair. So Jason has a white streak in his hair because of the Lazarus pits. So I start with that and work on his black hair afterwards. And a little tip for any of you who want to shade and color hair like I do. Step 1, don't do what I do. Just kidding. But in all seriousness, if you do want to shade like me, I use 2 to 3 different shades for the hair here, and I think it usually makes, and I usually make it darker around the roots and tips. It adds some dimension, I think. So I do the black part of the hair differently from Snow White. With Jason, I started off blue here, but I do change it later and build up the darkness of the hair from the tips to the roots so that the light blue is a highlight. I didn't know how it looked, so I actually did change it to make the base highlight of the hair a light gray and build up from the grays to the hair to the black near the tips and roots of his hair. And referring to my earlier tip, I use like 5 more dark shades than just 2 or 3. hands, now we're on the shading. So as usual, I do the dark black shading around the neck, and this time around the nose. I actually use a different shading technique this time. For at least half of the drawing, for those of you who don't know, it's called crosshatch shading, where you make vertical and horizontal lines cross over each other to make a neat shade in the picture. Or at least, that's how I explain it to myself. Don't use my words exactly though. But I really wanted to make it look comic book-esque, so I did that. And used harsh shading, I guess, for the pants, which is just straight black, a shade or two darker of harsh shading for the bat symbol, jacket, etc., and I used soft brush shading for the face. During the shading process, especially the crosshatch shading parts, you might see me go back and forth a lot. I just want to see how it looks and if it looks alright, so I apologize if you get dizzy or have a seizure. So now we're on the final stage, highlighting. So as in comic books, you see how they highlight the black clothes with a navy blue, right? Well, I tried that and it didn't look good, like, at all. So I used a light gray for the chest and shoulder pads, and I think it looked pretty good. And I used, of course, a lighter skin tone for the nose and a little bit of the lips. And lastly, for the red areas, knuckles and insignia, I used a light red that isn't pink or beige, and voila! The finished product. As previously stated, Jason was the second Robin who died by the Joker's hand and was risen as the Red Hood thanks to the Lazarus Pit. He was one of the most, in my opinion, influential anti-heroes in the DC universe. Anywho, it looks like my time here is up. Sorry again if the video is a long one. However, if you like it, please let me know. If you like